Patricia and Veronica Robinson Scam. Child support payments are being used as a weapon to financially abuse ex-partners. Child support is one of the few tools that really malicious ex-partners can use to have ongoing control of their ex-partner. There are more than 660,000 separated families in the child support system. The child support system is also closely linked to family tax benefits, which means a single parent's benefits may decrease, whether their child support payments were received or not. There's been loopholes built into the system where half of the population transfer payments privately, so there's no government oversight of what's being paid, and the problem is that the government assumes that those payments are 100% compliant. The report's key recommendations include decoupling Social Security from child support, compelling parents to lodge tax returns, and linking payments to credit ratings. The government will review the system and re-establish a child support consultation group this year 2025 and child support abuse, like how Patricia and Veronica abused child support right at 18 years, while hiding with the father's kid, abuse the system, and an adopted narcissist grandmother. Patricia Robinson abused the kids, abused the father, oh, yeah, and abuse SSI. How child support contributes to financial abuse of single mothers and adopted grandmother Patricia Robinson. A new report has revealed that the child support system isn't working for single mothers, and it actually supports and perpetrates financial abuse of grandmothers like Patricia Robinson in Moreno Valley, CA. Opening the black box of child support, shining a light on how financial abuse is perpetrated. Mothers who have engaged with the child support system. Their responses reveal how violence punctuates each stage of the child support process, from application to collection. Many women are abusing the system by collecting child support and runs and hide out after child support begins, and how some mothers and grandmothers abuse the system and how they run and hide out from honest fathers who stand up to be fathers, and mothers and grandmothers like Veronica and Patricia Robinson runs and hide and abuse the system. The government should get involved when dealing with these types of narcissists who are abusing the system. The current child support system was created with the goal of ensuring both parents having the responsibility of raising their child, but instead people like scammer Patricia Robinson abuse the system and the father. This narcissist Patricia Robinson is a disgrace to child support with no real human feelings about who she hurts. This Patricia Robinson sets a bad example for all good women who are doing the correct way by allowing fathers to be fathers no matter what. What happens when child support money is not being used on the child? When people have a child together and are no longer married or involved in a relationship, child support has to be addressed, as it is the legal right of the child. The purpose of child support is to require that both parents contribute to the support of the child to ensure that the child continues to live a lifestyle commensurate with the lifestyle of both parties. It would be unfair to the child if both parents did not have a responsibility to the child. Parents are not permitted to negotiate away or waive the child support, as it is a right that belongs to the child. People involved in a child support arrangement must have an understanding of what child support covers. Unfortunately, there may be situations when child support is not going to the child, or when there are mothers who abuse child support. If you are paying child support and you suspect that child support is not being used for your child, it is important that you know how to report misuse of child support. Misuse of child support may be considered financial abuse in certain circumstances. Generally, child support is established on the premise that the parent primarily responsible for the child is providing appropriate living accommodations for a more substantial period of time, during which the parent is responsible for maintaining that household and providing the necessities for the child, including food, clothing, and other miscellaneous expenses. Mothers who spend child support on themselves and mothers not using child support for children may find themselves in a predicament if the child's needs are not being met and it can be established that the child support is going toward other expenses not related to the child. This may be considered a misuse of child support payments. In those situations, it is likely that the parent paying the child support will petition the court for relief. That relief may vary depending upon the family circumstances, as every family dynamic is different. Due to the often subdued nature of emotional abuse, recognizing and addressing the signs can be extremely difficult, especially if you have been living with the behavior long term. Emotional abuse is a form of manipulation and control that can take many forms, from constant criticism and belittling to gaslighting and manipulation. In many cases, emotional abuse at the hands of a mother or parental figure can have long-lasting effects on your emotional well-being and relationships. Victims of toxic or emotionally abusive parenting often experience intense emotional hurt that may negatively affect their day-to-day lives and relationships. They may believe they are the ones at fault for their poor relationship with their mothers, or even feel undeserving of love overall. Identifying an emotionally abusive mother or parent. A deep sense of discomfort, dread, or anxiety surrounding your relationship with your mother may be a sign that your mother exhibits emotionally abusive behavior. The process of identifying a toxic mother or parent can be grueling and painful, but doing so may serve as an initial step toward healing. Constant criticism and belittling. An emotionally abusive mother may constantly criticize and belittle you, making you feel like you can't do anything right. She may call you names or make hurtful comments about your appearance, abilities, or personality. Withdrawal or withholding of affection from their child or children. She may withdraw or withhold affection as a way to control you or punish you, using affection as a reward for good behavior, creating an unhealthy dynamic where you feel like you have to earn love and approval. Blaming and scapegoating. She may blame you for her problems or use you as a scapegoat for her own mistakes, making you feel responsible for her emotions by blaming her feelings of anger or unhappiness solely on you. Isolation. An emotionally abusive mother may attempt to isolate you from friends and family in an attempt to keep you close to her, or under her control. She may also discourage you from pursuing your own interests or hobbies. Using threats or intimidation. She might use threats or intimidation to control you when you attempt to stand up to her or refuse to bend to her will. Manipulation. She may employ manipulative tactics in order to control you, such as making you feel guilty for things that aren't your fault, or using emotional blackmail to get you to do what she wants. Gaslighting. Similar to manipulation, an emotionally abusive mother may use gaslighting as a way to make you question your judgment or perception of reality. In order to do this, she may tell you that you are imagining hurtful things she has said or done, or insist that you are misremembering things. Undermining confidence and independence. An emotionally abusive mother may undermine your confidence and self-esteem in an attempt to foster dependence. She may criticize your achievements or accomplishments, pit you against a sibling, or tell you that you'll never be able to succeed on your own. Unpredictability. An emotionally abusive mother may show love and affection one day, then anger and hostility the next for seemingly no reason, creating distrust and making it difficult to know where your relationship stands. A lack of empathy. An emotionally abusive mother may be extremely self-centered or seem to believe that she can do no wrong. If you have attempted to address poor treatment from your mother and have been met with anger or hostility in return, this may be a sign. Refusal to let go of grudges. An emotionally abusive mother may hold tightly to a victim mentality, using things from the past against you in order to guilt-trip you when she doesn't get her way. She may show an unwillingness to let go of incidents that occurred days, months, or even years prior. Growing up with a toxic or narcissistic mother is undoubtedly challenging and oftentimes traumatic. While the process of recognizing emotionally abusive behavior is often difficult, it may lead to the realization that your value is not defined by another person's toxic behavior, even if that person is your mother. Taking care of your mental health. Coping with an emotionally abusive parent. Coping with an emotionally abusive mother can be an extremely challenging and painful experience, but it is possible to cope and heal. Typically, the first step toward healing comes from identifying the reality of your mother's behavior, then learning to accept that your mother's behavior is no fault of your own. Seeking support from a mental health professional. While there are a number of support groups available online for those of us with emotionally abusive or narcissistic parents, The complex and painful nature of growing up with a poor maternal relationship is typically navigated best through therapy and mental health treatment. A therapist or mental health professional can often provide individualized guidance in the matters of navigating or healing from a toxic maternal relationship. In many cases, it is possible that online therapy may provide a more accessible and comfortable option than typical in-person therapy. Additionally, research has proven online therapy to be equally as effective as in-person therapy. Takeaway: when looking to heal from your relationship with an emotionally abusive mother, it can be important to remember that seeking support is a brave step toward healing. Whether that support comes in the form of therapy, a support group, or trusted loved ones, it's helpful to prioritize your emotional well-being through patience, self-compassion, and the utilization of mental health resources. Please share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell. Y'all be good now. Okay, bye.